So, Pam, what do you think of the new Kwik opening? You're the Lakeshore Business Improvement District Director.
Director. Right? I'm very excited. Let me wipe the crumbs off my face from eating their samples because they're so good.
Is that what that is back there? The samples?
Yes, that's coconut cake. So you better grab it while you can.
So what do you think?
I think it's excellent, and I'm amazed. Gary Rizzo started to put this business together during the giant recession meltdown, and it was very difficult, and he persisted. And the city council office helped him a lot.
Thanks.
Coconut cake?
Yeah, nice. She was bragging about this on camera. You know what? I'm gonna have to take this fork and skewer it. Give me your fork there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, thank you. And then I'll have to skewer it. So, folks, this is how you do this on the run while you're video blogging. Like that. Sorry about that. Thanks a lot. Well, I can't hold that, but I do need the coffee. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
No, I gotta.
Oh boy.
And now I'll be back for the coffee.
So you were saying?
So yeah, he persisted, and Pat Kernahan's office, Joanne Karchmer, they worked very hard on this. They really helped him. They got the city economic development agency helped him. You know, they didn't have money to give him, but they helped him get through the process.
They eased the, yeah.
That's right, because the reality is, as we know, the banks are not helping out. They're not lending. They're not helping small businesses.
You mean like this bank over here, that Bank of America?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Wow.
We got Citibank, we got Wells Fargo.
This is right in the heart of Bank of America, and Bank of America did nothing.
And the banks are basically, a lot of my merchants would like to upgrade and are finding that they've been in business for decades and always pay their bills on time, and they will not give a penny to help them.
Hey, let's hound
upgrade.
Pat. Let's see what she has to say. Yeah. Oh, she's hey, council member.
Hey, Cindy,
yeah.
how you doing?
She was bragging about you, so
And I was taking videos of him as he was walking.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I saw your car from the street.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Oh, so excited. Yeah, the neighborhood is very excited to have the Kwik back and open. And it's part of a real renaissance here on Lake Park Avenue. Kanya has opened up, and Heart and Dagger. So all these places that have been closed and blighted and just a drag on the neighborhood are now like a cool place to be.
And the fries here are good because when I was in junior high school, I used to stand right over here, and it was grease.
Well, his fries are awesome. I actually think it's their best thing. Yeah.
Hey, so do you think, just have to ask you a question about the budget, do you think people understand how many libraries, how much is actually going to close? I don't think people get it, or do they?
Some people who pay attention or read the newspaper articles are getting it. I'm hearing from a lot of library supporters, who are really alarmed that there's a real chance that we could lose most of our library system. So we're trying to get the word out to everybody, kind of what the choices are, and basically we need to bring in some more money or get some other kinds of savings, either from the unions doing some concessions and or a parcel tax. So, and those are, nobody really wants to do either one of those things, but we all need to pitch in if we're going to keep our city whole.
And how can they?
All of the above.
Huh?
All of the above.
All of the above would be good. Yeah.
How can your constituents who don't know that you are representing them contact you?
If they have email, they can Google Oakland City Council or my name. You can see my email. They can either call or email. There are also a lot of organizing going on among library supporters and people who are leafleting and stuff, and they have all those emails. But if people really want to get active, come to a city council meeting. Pamela, do you have other suggestions for?
Well, the Block by Block organizing network is also very involved with this and scheduling people to make sure that they show up at all the budget meetings and talk about all of these. And what we were concerned is that some of the council members don't seem to understand it's an emergency, and so they're not willing to.
You want to name names when you say that?
So far Ignacio and Desley.
She gets it's an emergency, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Larry is on this. Libby seems to be feeling the movement to go towards letting us vote on the parcel tax. We're not asking people to. The council isn't going to impose a parcel tax. They're just going to give us the option to vote.
You want to add to that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be up to the people, but I think the resistance that we're seeing from some of my colleagues is that they feel that certain changes need to happen within the city, or that they think that, for instance, the police and fire unions need to make some concessions. They need to make their contribution as well. And it's not about blaming those unions, it's just saying, as a practical matter, there is no way we can put the numbers together to close this gap unless everybody pitches in some.
Let me ask you a heretical question. What if Oakland decided we're not going to balance our budget, we're going to run a deficit? What will be the consequence of it?
Well, it's illegal. We can't. Unlike the federal government.
Is it a felony? What's the punishment?
I'll tell you what.
Because no one's ever done it, and I thought no one's ever asked the question.
Here's what would happen. Beside the legal part of it, it would be completely stupid, because what you would do is, in a year or two, you would have no money, and everything would shut down. Literally, you would have no police, no library, no nothing. So, as a practical matter, you just have to do it, because the consequences of not doing it are even worse.
But legally, can they throw you guys in jail for that? They say it's illegal, but what does that mean?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. I haven't really explored.
Not that I want
our bonding rates, though.
Well, yeah,
but that's not a
thing. You can't. We could never borrow money again. That kind of thing.
Because I asked because in the private sector there are below investment grade bonds, which when they return have a high rate of return yield. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Why do we have to balance our budget? Why don't we create a situation?
Well, because that's...
no one's ever done it, though.
No, but there are reasons no one's ever done it. I mean, it's like the whole Wall Street housing bubble thing. It was a disaster in the making. It looked shiny and bright, in the beginning, but it was in fact a disaster, and that's what it would be. I mean, it's just like a family. If you said, I think I'll run up all my credit cards, I'll take out a couple more loans on my house and see what happens. Well, you know what happens if you do that. So
it's just because they said the same thing in 1974. Before Henry Kravitz said, and then also, what's Michael Milken? And they said, wait a minute, people say we shouldn't do this, and yet they did it and they became very rich. And I thought, why not a city? It's just a heretical question. I know what you're saying.
Well, no, but I think I answered the question.
You did.
Because because the actual consequences.
I'm not expecting you to agree with me.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's a question. I mean, I think it's a good question, because I think actually a lot of people don't understand that you can't just run up debt and not have some consequences later.
Right.
I mean, the federal government can get away with it for a while, but not only is it illegal, but in a couple of years we'd run out of money. We would have no services at all, no libraries, no firefighters.
But that's why they say, I read it on the listservs a lot. Oh, well, the council got us into this, they'll just have to deal with it. But it's not the council that's going to suffer.
That is exactly right. That is exactly right. It's not us.
Somebody has a gift for you, right?
This is Joanne.
Oh, hi, Joanne.
Hi. This is Joanne, who really helped Gary Rizzo get the parkway going.
You want to introduce?
Yeah.
Hey, Joanne.
Over here, Joanne.
Yeah.
So Joanne Karchmer works in my council office. She is an awesomely effective human being, and she did a lot of the hands-on helping Gary Rizzo work with the county health department and our building inspectors.
Hey, Joanne, nice to meet you. I just came from the gym, so.
Nice to meet you too.
Excellent. Hey, so thank you so much. I'm going to have one of these burgers.
Yeah, enjoy.
I'm supposed to eat before I work out, rather than work out before I eat.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good to see you, Jenny.
Thank you. Thanks, Pam. So what do you think about the new Kwik way?
We're very excited. We live like a block away. We've been here before. We had burgers. It's
She wants the fries, right?
You want a muffin, you want some french fries, you know how to smile. Yeah, it's just like a great addition to the neighborhood. This whole row now.
Yeah, it's really changing a lot.
Really transformed.
But we're going to get her fries.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Wasn't it 11? Oh, and that's why.
Hey, Gary, you want me to hand that to somebody? That's for, there you go.
Thank you.
You got it, yeah. Hey, Gary, congratulations. Hey, Gary, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
Take it easy. We'll see you soon.
You got it, definitely. So, I've got to try these fries. Look at that. Wow, they look good, don't they? Man, oh man. Fries. And onion rings, too. Got onion rings right down here. Excellent. Perfect. Wow.